This is a pendulum. Now, how was I introduced to this? Over 15 years ago, when I was, obviously I told you in other videos, I was really depressed and anxious, panic attacks and anxiety disorder. So I decided to become a regression therapist, and because we're always a little unsure when we're beginning something new and we're learning something new, especially when it's spiritual stuff and there's energies and, this is all new to you. You've never worked with energies. Some of us have never even perceived energies around us yet. They do exist because don't forget, you're a multidimensional being. So when we started regression therapy, our teacher at the time, Andy Tomlinson, he introduced this, the pendulum. So it's basically a chain with something heavy at the bottom. Whatever you want, you can go into a spiritual shop and you can find pendulums. You can go online and find your pendulum. And you have to pick the one that you're drawn to, which one you like to work with. Now, I like going in a shop. Why? Because then you can touch them, you can see them, you can move them around and see how you want to move it on your hand. You got to get familiar and get comfortable. Newbies, sometimes they're so intimidated, they hold it on the top and they just stare at it and they, give a question and then it takes time to move because you have all this distance. After a while, when you get really used to it, I just twirl around my finger and it's just easy to move, okay? Now, there's all kinds. There's metal ones, wooden ones, crystal ones, also really cool, all kinds of shapes and designs. Now, you can also use your own chain, and at the end, if you have a pendant that's quite heavy that you're attached to, you can use that too. Now, once you have your pendulum, what I tell my clients is that you create a relationship, that these answers that you get through your pendulum are there to serve your highest benefit. And you want the answers, and I tell them to put their hand near their heart, that it serves their heart, okay? Positive answers that connects them to their intuitive and to their higher self. Once they've done that, I said, then you ask questions, and then I'll show you how. Now, a pendulum is not the truth and the whole truth, okay? It's a tool when you're in doubt, indecisiveness between certain things, okay? If you're really wanting an answer deep down, so for an instance, I had a woman who was really wanting to look for partners. And if she had one or two, she was hesitating and she was starting, and then I really want that one. And even if you're not saying I really want that one, it's picking up the intention and the energy of that. Therefore, it's going to be influenced by that energy because you hold that intention so strongly through emotions, through your thoughts, like hoping it's that answer. When you really don't know an answer, you're neutral. You don't know. So it's blanco. There's no emotion and there's no thinking. There's just waiting for an answer. Therefore, the heart comes in and can come and give you the answer. Another thing that can influence also your pendulum is your belief system. If you're asking a question that challenges your belief system and you're not ready to be challenged, it's going to answer what you want it to answer. This is why it's tricky to use the pendulum. But the more that you know yourself and you know your belief systems, you can try and make your head blank to really observe an answer that comes from your heart with no judgment to yourself because it's your belief system. You could get answers also through the pendulum. That's another thing that's to observe with the pendulum. Also, more you work with it, the more you become intuitive. How? Well, when you're a beginner, it's really hard to get it moving. It barely moves. And then you're wondering, is it working? So you got to be patient with yourself and trust the process. Don't forget, this is part of your journey. Now, it's like establishing this blank system with neutral questions. And then you ask a question and try not to have any other thought or feeling and ask it. And keep the intention only with doubt, like inquisitive, open-minded, curious. Then you get better answers. Now let's start, how do you ask it? Now obviously people are going to say, yeah, you're moving your arm. Yeah, I'm moving my arm because there has to be movement. The heart will influence this and bring it up. And as you get more intuitive, as I was saying, you're going to feel the energy as the answer comes through your arm. And when you follow the other videos, I'll show you how to body scan yourself with the pendulum. I'll show you how to look at the energies in your house, how to find ghosts. So you can do a lot of stuff. You can check how the water, under the ground water, because that also can influence energies in your house. There's so much stuff, people, floating about. A lot of people are worried about ghosts. There's more out there, okay? We'll get to all the what is out there, but the more you become aware, the more you can see beyond. And the pendulum is a great way to start for people that are not too sure. They want to be in the privacy of their own home, you know, because they may be insecure about it, or they think this is imagination. You're skeptical. Good. Be skeptical. Play with it. Don't overthink it. That's when it doesn't work. It's when you're overthinking it. So eventually, when you slowly just let yourself play and let yourself be intuitive, the more you use it, you will feel the energy around it. That's really cool. All right. How do you get a yes or no, standstill, or a maybe? Now, a yes, I do it the conventional way, like this. So if your pendulum flows like this, back and forth in a straight line, then this means yes. The no is like this, so I do no like this, okay? Now, if I ask a question and it doesn't move, it stays completely still, that can actually mean that there's a lesson. There's something that the pendulum cannot tell you, because there's a decision or an experience you have to do for your greater learning. Remember, there is no influence on you to become. You make decisions, your own choices. So if it's standing still, you're probably in a lesson. So the questioning has to be more subtle to get, but not the yes or no that you're wishing for. I'll give you examples in a minute. The last one is it goes completely circle like this. This is either maybe, not sure, or your questioning is too broad. You got to keep it really simple to yes or no's. That's just easier. If you ask, how did you feel last night at this bar? That's a big question. It's not a yes or no. It's elaborate because you're asking emotion. You can ask, did you enjoy yourself? Yes or no. Then you can get a question. Did you have a glass of alcohol? Yes or no. Then you can ask a question, okay? Simple things like that. So not too broad, make it specific, okay? Now let's start simple. You're at home with me, and let's imagine a question. So I'm going to say to myself, I have a certain color of hair, and to see what happens. No, so I like to hold it like this, my pendulum. Some people like to hold their arm under and just hold it straight. Sometimes I do that. Depends how you feel. If you hold it like this, it takes more time and it can be a bit wobbly, but it's up to you. You know, you are your own boss of you. So I'm going to go just like this. So yes or no, do I have purple hair? No. Now you got to wait. Don't get angry. You know, this also tests your patience. Now, am I in my home at the moment? Yes or no? See? No. Obviously, you guys don't know. I'm in my social media office. Okay. Oh, do I have a poster behind me that is black and white? Yes or no? No. Okay. And you just do like this. Okay. Let's see if I do an elaborate question. And it's too difficult. Let's see. Will my client next week feel, this particular client, I'm not going to say name, let's say it's Mary, feel good next week? And you're hoping that. Will that client feel good? See, it's circling. I don't know that. Only she knows that. So you can ask the day before, is she feeling well today? Yes or no. You can get a yes or no. But if you're asking elaborate, it won't give you that. Don't forget yes or no all the time. Now, lessons, then that's more difficult. There's nothing you can do other than just ask around it. If I do this experience, let's say you're doubting, will it serve my highest benefit? Then it could say yes, okay? So I was really hesitant to do social media. I was shy. So I asked my pendulum, if I share what I've learned through the years with regression therapy and working with people with all kinds of issues, will it serve my highest benefit and the people who may listen to this, yes or no? And I got a yes. Now, even got a big yes. So it got me enthusiastic, and it gave me the courage to really start doing it with you guys. So these kinds of questions are really useful when you use a pendulum. You just start small around your house, or ask simple questions to get used to it. Don't go to the big questions. Give yourself at least 20 to 50 questions, easy one. You know, is my couch blue when you know it's white? Is my room huge? And it's not. There you go, you know. Do I have a bathtub? You don't. It says no. Small things just to see. Do I have, like this, I'll give you one. Do I have 10 children? Yes or no? Obviously not. Am I the mother of one child? Yes or no? Yes. See? Easy stuff. Now, just play with it. Give me some comments how you guys made out. Did you enjoy it? And I'll see you in the next video. Have fun.